Okay, so we are driving to Atlanta. Casual. What's new? To go to the book event with Rachel Schneider. So she re-released Metal Slinger as a hardcover yesterday. And so we're going to like the Q&A, and there's going to be like a picture portion. But we're going to go down and obviously eat tacos before we go.
Our real tacos for the win.
For life. And Kaylee posted on the Instagram story the other day some Q&A and said like anything was fair game essentially. Yeah. So we're gonna answer that while we're driving, because why not? What else is there to do?
What else is there to do?
Okay, so I guess I'll read the questions and we take turns answering them. Okay, so the first one: a book you loved but would never reread. That's such a good and like hard question.
Any fantasy book I've ever read.
Really?
I can't reread a fantasy.
I love rereading fantasy.
No, they're too much brain power for me.
Listen, this is about to ruffle some feathers because this will never be a reread for me. Throwing a glass on it. I'll just keep that. It's fine.
Throw a glass.
Throw a glass. We obviously know what Kaylee's phone thinks about that. I will never reread Throne of Glass ever again. That consumed way too much of my life. And if I reread anything, it'd be Tower of Dawn.
True.
So
it's just like I said, fantasies are too long and too much for me to reread. I can reread romances in like a day or two, but fantasies take too much brain power to reread.
And I feel like if I reread a book that I loved, I probably wouldn't love it as much the next time, because like a part of the reason why I like will love a book so much is because like I didn't know what was coming,
right?
Or like I couldn't predict it,
right?
So then at that point it's predictable.
Yep. Same.
That's good. Okay, so a trope you pretend to hate but actually eat up.
Accidental pregnancy.
Absolutely not. Nothing about me.
I don't mind an accidental pregnancy. I kind of hope for it in some books.
I will say, like, a single dad. Like, it's not my thing, but like I kind of love it.
Can't relate.
I've loved it in every book that I've read it.
It's my favorite trope. I will gobble it up every time.
Oh.
Every time.
Damn. Okay, a hyped book you still haven't read.
Hyped book I still haven't read.
Alchemized.
Alchemized, yeah. I just bought it, but I haven't read it. I haven't read a lot of hyped books, I feel like.
Same.
Like Dundercrawler Carl, I haven't read it. That one's hyped as crap.
I've never read like Carol. Like,
no,
that's
I haven't
pretty
read any
hyped
of that
up.
series.
I've never read Crescent City. I literally just read Throne of Glass. So I mean, what are we expecting?
Read the first one. You haven't read Serpent Nuns of Night.
Oh no, I've not read that. Anaxia? Is that what this
Crowns
is?
of Nyaxia.
Yeah. I've not read that.
Red Rising.
Oh yeah. Any what's his name? Brandon Sanderson?
Brandon Sanderson.
I've never read any of his.
I own one of his books and I own Red Rising. I haven't read either one.
The Last Letter. I've never read.
Don't know.
I know how it happens, so like I feel like I could read it and not be emotionally like
There's no way you
it.
could read that and not be emotionally damaged from it.
I already know what's happening, so I'll just skip it. I'll just skip it.
It doesn't matter. You'd still be emotionally
damaged. That's fair. I feel like every time you press the brake, this thing's gonna go flying.
We obviously don't have a good setup, but it's fine.
I keep getting those car mount like ads on TikTok to get for those things, and
we're just vibing. It's fine.
Okay, your comfort reread. I'm sure yours is Mile High.
Windy City,
or like the Windy City,
the whole
series,
Windy City series, and Practice Makes Perfect. It depends on my mood. I'm currently rereading the Windy City series. Sobbed at the end of Caught Up.
Even though she knows what happens.
Even though I know what happens, but I have reread Practice Makes Perfect like 5 times. So,
that's me with Fourth Wing. Fourth Wing is my comfort reread. I can't tell you if I've reread a romance or not.
Really?
I've never reread a romance.
I don't reread
a book unless I'm like trying to figure something out. But then like the other day I literally got in the mood to read Fourth Wing. So I was like, oh, I would just love to like relax into this.
I don't think I could relax into any type of fantasy. That is not in my vocabulary.
That's true. I need to find me a romance that like I would enjoy rereading.
Practice Makes Perfect. No, once you get through the Windy City series, I'm sure one of them is your
Like, I've already been like, I would reread
Play Along.
Because I loved that book.
Yeah.
It was so good.
I swear,
So
each one
good.
of that series is just better. Better and better.
See, I love that. That's what I need. I don't need to be like set back after I read the next one in the series.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so a book you wish you could read for the first time again.
Metal Slinger.
Oh my gosh, yes.
I mean, we're going to that event,
Yeah,
but
sure.
like literally, the plot twist at the end had my jaw
on the floor. I read it and I said, "What?"
Yeah.
Like, surely that didn't just happen. That's what I was thinking the whole time.
And I would maybe sit on a storm.
Oh my god, that's what I was thinking too. Like,
yeah, because how the ending was,
yeah,
and it just abruptly ended.
Yeah,
that got me too.
I was much slower reading than you and Katarina, and when I got to the end, I was like, "Is that it?"
Yeah,
Did I miss
thought
a page?
there was more, or like it wasn't fully printed. Like,
yeah, no.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I will say fantasies have the best plot twists.
Oh,
but they're just a lot.
But I love romances because like if it's a typical romance, I love reading them because like I always love knowing how it's going to end. Like I know it will end in favor of the couple. How? That's the part I don't know. But that's what I like about the expectations of a romance, unless you're Rebecca Yarros.
Hallmark romances.
Yes, I love that.
That's the difference between a rom-com and a contemporary romance, you know?
True. That's true.
I'm a rom-comer.
I love rom-coms.
Rom-comer.
Okay, so who talks more off mic?
I don't know.
It depends on what it's about.
Yeah.
We're both yappers.
We both like to talk.
A lot.
But I'm also more introverted than you, I think.
Yeah.
So I would maybe say you.
If I am forced into a situation, I will be an extrovert. Like if I'm required to be. But if I have a choice, I would rather.
Yeah. If I'm required to be like at these events and stuff, then I can talk and I can like make conversation. But by choice, I'm an introvert.
By choice, I'm just like, I'll read by myself.
And also, you're a teacher.
I am a teacher.
And I am not. I hide in the back of my bakery. So I would say you.
I am an extrovert in my classroom. Like I'm crazy in my classroom. And like the kids don't understand that that's not me 24/7. So when they see me at 7:30 and I'm like, please, I need to wake up. I need to thaw. Like my extrovert needs to thaw out because she's not ready for the day.
Yeah, you on that one.
Who derails the episodes the most? I think that once again, like the topic.
True, the topic.
Like, I don't even want to know like what my face looks like because the gum went first, and I was like, it's only a matter of time. There we are. Okay, we're back
again. True to the topic. I don't know. I feel like I have the most like wild ideas.
Yes, idea wise. Kayla's like, hey, let's do this. I'm like, okay. And then it takes one thing in the podcast while we're filming for me to just be like, ooh, right turn.
Remember that one rant I had that I had to delete like 15 minutes of the podcast?
I was just like, all right, get it out, Kaylee. Get it out. Get it out.
It depends on the topic.
Do you ever fake liking a book for peace?
No, because if we did, we would have told you how much we loved Brimstone, but we hated it. So,
amen. Like, I am not in the business of doing things because people want me to do them a certain way.
If I don't like it, then you're gonna know I don't like it. I don't have a problem hurting people's feelings.
Correct. And I think teaching has made me more like that in my personal life. Like, I'm not there to cater to my kids like and what they like. Well, I mean, okay, that sounds awful, but like what they need, yes. But like if they're like, I don't like this, I'm like, okay, sorry, we're doing it anyways. Like, sorry, that's the fact of life, and I'm that way out in my normal life too. Because
being a business owner has made me not care about other people's feelings. Yeah, because people are rude, so I'm rude right back.
And honestly, like as we've been posting more stuff and just more people have stuff, and like when a video goes viral, I can't read some of the comments because I'm just like,
I clap back.
The audacity of people. Kaylee does. I have to be like, Kaylee, let's look at the tone of this for a second. Like, let's make sure the person was being...
If there's ever a clap back on any of our Instagrams or TikToks, it's probably from me.
It's really funny, though.
But,
like, I am just like, why did y'all take the time out of your day to be negative? That's where I'm at.
Yeah.
Do your husbands or partners listen?
No.
No.
Brandon will watch our
TikToks,
Instagram and TikToks, but he doesn't listen.
Now, Caleb 100% will tell like his coworkers who like to read My Wife Has a Podcast, go listen to it.
They're 100% our biggest supporters, but like they don't know anything about books, so why would they listen to our podcast?
Correct.
They are on the podcast when we do the If Our Husband Wrote It.
Yes. So those episodes are fun.
Because they don't know what the heck they're talking about.
They don't. My husband prides himself literally, and I've probably said this before, off of reading Where the Red Fern Grows. It's the only book he's ever read. And I'm like, that's false because of the English curriculum in high school, but that's the only one he remembers reading, so he prides himself off of that.
I couldn't tell you the last book Brandon's read other than he doesn't even read the Bible. He watches videos on it and has people explain it to him.
He would do wonders on that podcast that those people do.
Yeah.
Caleb reads track books, like trainings and like how to help his kids. Like, he's all up in that. And I'm like, you know what?
At least you read the book.
You know, yeah. Get that vocabulary in. Your toxic trait as a reader.
I read the last page of the book sometimes before I start it. Which
she
I did
also
with
Googles
Brimstone.
the ending to
if books
the
are
series.
too
Not the book, the series.
If books are too suspenseful, I'll Google the ending. Because I have anxiety. And if I know the ending, then I can read the rest of the book.
See, my problem is because I get anxious about the ending, I speed read through. And like, well, not speed, but I'll binge it until I finish it. That's my problem.
I do also, like with Brimstone, I read the last page first. So that's what I did. And then if I don't feel like finishing a series, I'll just Google what happens at the end of the series.
She does do that.
It's mostly just with fantasy, though.
That is true. Because you'll finish a romance series like nobody's business. And that's fair.
But if the fantasy series is too long, then I'll just Google it. That's my toxic trait.
My toxic trait is refusing to DNF a book.
Yeah.
Because I feel obligated to finish it. Because I'm a checklister. And I'm still thinking about the last book that I DNF'd. Like, it still will be like, you never finished that book. Like, that, like, little...
Which one was it?
The Court of Blood and Bindings, the second one.
Oh, yeah.
I just couldn't, like... And then I realized there was, like, 5 books in the series, and that kind of freaked me out.
It's okay to DNF a book.
I
would have DNF'd Brimstone if it wasn't our book.
Oh, God, yeah, I would have DNF'd Brimstone, and I would have not felt guilty about that at all. At all. Okay, current hyperfixation outside of books. That is my book. Or that is my hyperfixation.
I don't have a hyperfixation.
I'm not a sourdough person.
I mean, I like baking bread, but I don't like making sourdough.
Like those people that like, oh, like, you know how needlepoint is that kind of thing again? I don't have the patience for that.
Honestly, to me, sourdough is complicated for absolutely no reason. I make artisan bread, and I just put the yeast, the flour, the salt in the bowl, mix it up in the water, and let it sit on my counter for 2 hours. And then I can shape it just like a sourdough loaf, and I have bread. That's right.
You're going to have to show me how to do that.
There ain't no reason to mix and stretch and fold. I know that sourdough has the gut benefits, but like, honestly, I don't have time to sit at my house all day and do 8 sets of stretch and folds.
I can't keep plants alive.
Plus you have to feed the starter.
Yes.
And then you throw all that stuff down the sink, and I just do not have time for that. So,
I was one of those people, someone that I work with emailed a while back and was like, I have a starter that's like 24 years old, and I was like,
I have a starter
what?
sitting in my fridge that's been sitting in my fridge for literally 6 months.
That's crazy. That like, how is that lit?
I don't know, but I'm too scared to use it now because it's just been sitting there for 6 months.
Yeah.
And I know it's fine because everybody says it's fine, but like,
Not
That
me.
freaks me out, one. And then it's just much easier to make a regular, like, loaf of bread, artisan loaf. Because you can still do, like, the cheddar mix-ins and stuff that people do for the sourdough bread.
That sounds really good.
Yeah, and it's so easy.
I'm gonna have to try that.
Yeah, I'll show you how to do it.
Popular trope you think is actually bad?
Why choose?
Shit.
No.
For sure.
No question.
Why choose? 100%.
I have been scarred a few too many times by why choose romance or romanticy, to the point where if it says why choose, I probably will not read it.
No, I'm the same way. I've never read a why choose, but the stories that Kaylee's told me,
I'm not a why choose girly. Like, I say I'm a why choose girly with, like, the if your last name's Eaton or any of the Windy City series boys, like, it's a why choose for me, myself, and I. But
yeah, fair.
in the series, I don't want to read about why choose. Okay.
No. That's fair.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think, like, what mine would be. Because, like, I hate friends to lovers.
I don't really like friends to lovers.
I hate it. I hate when they already know each other. Like, second chance, no.
I don't mind it.
I don't like second chance either. Because honestly, like, whatever.
Yeah.
Most of the time when I hear second chance, I'm like, obviously it didn't work out for a reason.
Yeah. I mean, I don't mind it. It's not my favorite, but, like, I won't not read a book because it has it in there.
Correct.
But if it has why choose,
That why choose. Accidental pregnancies. If I know about it beforehand, I will not read it.
I don't mind an accidental pregnancy.
That's mine, actually. That's mine. Okay. Series that should have stopped earlier. Like, they shouldn't have come out with anymore.
I can name quite a few here. Guild.
That was good. This would be my answer. Any Colleen Hoover series.
Any Colleen Hoover series. Honestly, I felt like the Throne of Glass series could have been shorter.
Honestly, what happened in Crown of Midnight? Who knows? Like, no, agreed. I think everything. Honestly, Empire Storm should have been shorter. Oh no, I don't want to hop on the negative Throne of Glass train. But
if it's a series, it should not go past 4 books.
4 is my max.
Like, honestly, I feel like once you get past 4, it's like the TV series that when you go past like 5 or 6 seasons, it's not worth watching anymore.
It's like Fast and Furious.
Well, honestly, like, if you take any TV series, Gilmore Girls, Vampire Diaries, anything like that, if it goes past the 5th or 6th season, I hate every season after that. And so I feel like that with books too. Once you get past the 4th book, I'm like kind of over it.
Yeah.
Which is why I end up looking at the end of most of them.
That's fair. Okay, the last one, a book everyone loved that you side-eyed.
When the Moon Hatched.
That's good. Lights Out. Just kind of like
that is my Roman Empire. Okay.
I was just like 3 stars.
My husband dressed up as Josh for Halloween and bought me Josh stuff for Christmas.
Yeah, meanwhile I was just like, I have a lot of concerns for these people.
I am messed up in the head, so it's fine. That's my people.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
I loved it. But yeah, now I don't even know how far away we are.
I think we have like 40 minutes left, thankfully. Last time we came down here, it was late.
We were way too late to get freaking tacos.
Traffic was awful. We didn't make it. And our real tacos, they don't do to-go orders if you got it online, and their online wasn't working, so
we couldn't go.
It was really upsetting.
But now we're going to get tacos, and then we're going to a bookstore.
Yes.
And then we're going to the event.
Yes. So can't wait. And we will update you guys and post pics.
The food was 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. Now we're headed to Kiss and Tell bookshop, which we've been to one other time, but it's so cute. Cannot wait for you guys to see it.
It's our fave.
It's our fave. I wish they had one closer to us.
I know.
We should open one. You have to go up some sketchy steps, but it's worth it. Hi. Okay.
Okay, so we stopped at Kiss and Tail. Here's the back of the back. If you wanted to know what the back looks like. It's like so confidently. Kiss and Tail.
Anyways, the books we got. Okay, I'm gonna have Mackenzie hold this up to you because of how stunning it is.
She's beautiful.
If you've read this, let me know. I had to buy it just because it was so pretty.
I'm a Rebecca Ross stan. The Divine Rivals duology is so good to me. So
it was too pretty for me not to buy. So
I don't know when that came out. I only got one book, but I'm finally starting my collection of A Court This Cruel and Lovely, which is a Kingdom of Lies series by Stasia Stark. And I'm obsessed with this series. Just go read it.
The lady who was working told me to buy Upside Down Cowboy Casual, so I got that. I've seen it everywhere, and I wanted to start it.
Cutie.
And then
Cutie girl.
I got Last on the List by Amy Dawes, and
it's signed.
She's signed.
And look at the edges. Did you see the edges on the top and the bottom too?
Her curves are luxury.
Ooh.
It's a single dad nanny, and it was signed. That's all I needed to do.
All they needed to put was nanny on the front of that book, and Kaylee
single
was like,
dad.
sign me up.
All they needed to put was single dad.
Single dad.
Anyways.
Kaylee's sat.
Y'all need to go to Kids and Tail. I'm obsessed.
It's fantastic. I love it. And so now we're headed to the church where the book event is going to be. So,
yeah.
Bye.
Literally walking across the sketchiest six-way intersection we've ever seen because we got to pee before this book signing. Reading because we're first in line.
They're very difficult to write. I think you do a really good job, and we'll get into this a little bit later. I'm fascinated at the way that you craft the tension in the scenes leading up to the spice. So I want to ask you about that a little bit later, but I really want to start with, I'm sure many of your diehard fans already know this, but could you just tell me a little bit about how you got into writing, why you wanted to become a writer, and how you ended up in Romantasy?
Okay, well, I used to write very embarrassing romance scenes in like middle school.
Excellent. I love where we're headed.
I think I would have been considered for the 90s what you would call boy crazy. But no boys like me. So I could write kissing with a boy that I liked, and then it would feel, so I would write scenes that were really charged. And then as I fell into love with reading, I mean, I read Twilight. That was a very eye-opening moment. I think that was the first time I was like, oh, it can be mostly romance, and I like that. Aside from stealing my mom's Danielle Steele books.
We've all been there.
Yeah.
I think we're well on our way. So when you first started having this idea, or at least manifesting outwardly, physically, this idea of the book Metal Slinger, was it more of like a skeletal outline? Did you have like characters that you just wanted to spend time with? Like, so how did it sort of become this rolling ball of energy?
The characters are always what drives writing for me. Like if the characters aren't there, then the storyline isn't there. Like for you to be invested in what's going to happen to the characters, you have to care about the characters. So really usually it's the MMC because I want to know who I'm going to fall in love with.
Yeah.
So he usually comes first, and then like the girl always follows in suit, but the girl's always just a little mouthy or something.
Yeah, yeah. Did you write any part of your personality into this book?
Yeah, unfortunately. I am terrified of horses, okay? So the thought of our main girl, Bryn, Jody, seeing a horse for the first time and not being scared of it felt a little ridiculous. Like, I felt like if she saw a ginormous horse for the first time, that she would probably be scared. At least in my mind.
That seems like a rational fear for someone who's only lived in trees over the water.
Right.
Yeah, that makes sense. Anybody else here afraid of horses? We can bully you later.
No, just me. Just, there's
Excellent.
one other.
Someone in the back as well. So
Okay.
two women in your corner. I like
Right, so do you believe that Jody's an unreliable narrator?
Oh, she's fully an unreliable narrator. And that doesn't make her a villain, you guys.
What do you think? It's all about perspective.
Indeed. So, this book that came along, how did you create this world of magic? Because as someone who doesn't really read a lot of romantasy, world building can sort of be overwhelming for me. Like sometimes it can kind of take you a while to get into the storyline because the magic or the world seems too overwhelming. This book was not that for me. This seemed like a very straightforward, completely rational, reasonable world of magic. So how did you come up with not only the world of magic and how it all works, but a way of communicating to us as readers, so much so that we could immediately be invested in the characters as well?
I don't know, I kind of just operate under the belief that like if I'm bored to write it, someone's bored to read it. So I just write what I enjoy writing. And if I overcomplicated it for me, then it takes out the fun of writing. So if I simplify it, then it's easier for me to write about what I really care about, is when are they gonna kiss?
I think that's a great answer because I think I'm going to speak as most female readers. We also are really, really interested in when are they going to kiss?
Yeah, I mean, the aspects of fantasy make those types of situations all the more juicy.
Yeah.
Because there's high stakes. They might die, or someone might get overthrown, or so for you to also kiss like in a pivotal moment, it's like, yeah, that's good. That feels good.
Speaking of tension, I personally found that the way that you write, the sort of give and take, the banter that borders on dislike, really for me amped up the tension of the scenes leading to romance. So could you just like explain the process of what it's like to write tension, not necessarily spice, but like how do you create the push and pull between your main characters in such a way that like really draws people in, like we really want to know what's going to happen and when it's going to happen and how it's going to happen and how long it's going to take and then it's going to happen again?
I don't know if I have a good answer for that. That's a really great question. What makes spicy scenes as good as they are isn't always necessarily the spicy scene.
Yeah.
It's what it took to get there, or what it's going to happen afterwards. I think that it's like lagniappe in like French Cajun term. That means extra. So I think that I wanted to, when writing Metal Slinger, for the reader to remember what it felt like to fall in love for the first time. And it's very vulnerable, scary, but it's also very sweet. And also kind of like, you know, pick on each other and that type of, so I guess that's what I was going for.
Did you guys get that sense when you were reading it for the first time that like, oh, this is what it feels like to fall in love for the first time? Yeah, me too. There was a long, I would say, third of the book where they're on open water, just the two of them together. And I'm really curious how you came up with all of the information that you shared in those moments and how you sort of tempered it with like the sweetness that we didn't see prior to that third of the book. Like, can you just talk a little bit about where all of that came from and if that was hard for you to write or if it just sort of spilled out of you?
Yeah, so I get a lot of heat for the boat scenes. A lot of people, if they'll be like, God, that was so slow. I wish I could have jumped off the boat and drowned. Yeah, they were my favorite because they were just so easy. But I also wanted, I don't know if anyone realizes this, but those are the shortest chapters in the book. So even though it is kind of a lull in the heavier storyline, I just wanted to really give the characters opportunity to learn about each other, so the reader's learning about them as they learn each other. Also, Blue is on the top of the boat watching them a little bit. So I enjoyed those scenes because it was a break in it was when they came together to learn about each other without outside influences, without Ager's terrible father, or getting overthrown, or any of those things.
I really love hearing that, because speaking as a representative of the anxiety girlies, having those moments where it was just the two of them and it was uncomplicated and we could just breathe and learn a little bit more was really, I think it prepared us for the last third of the book, which is when everything happens. And it sort of feels like we're rolling slowly up a hill and then we get to land and then everything is like racing down the other side to the end.
Mm-hmm.
So I really appreciated that. Can you talk a little bit about maybe your inspiration for the different kinds of magic that you gave everyone?
I really wish I had something cool for that too. I don't know. It was just in my head. It was just in my head. And whenever I would have to think of like a magic I wanted to give people, like for instance, Bo's magic felt very personal for Bo. Felt like it went. So pretty much, if whoever the character was, I tried to derive their magic from their personality.
Yeah, that's really. This might be too personal, and feel free to say no, thank you. If you could have some of the magic from this book, what would it be for you?
I don't think I would want magic. That's way too much responsibility.
Fascinating.
Also, I would have way too quick of a temper.
Oh.
Be like, someone cut me off in traffic, and I'll be like, tire's gone. I'm kidding. I would never. But like, then you have to like go through like this process of, I have to learn my magic, and it's also kind of painful, and like, no, I'll just eat my chicken by myself.
That's really humble of you, and I'm honestly
What would you
impressed.
want?
I haven't thought about it.
Well, you think about it right now in front of our 100 closest friends.
Right now, I'm one of 100 of our closest friends. I think that Bryn Jovi's magic is really fascinating. I don't think we fully understand it yet. But the beginnings of something really cool and really magic, I think are in there, and I think that's something that I would want to explore more. Plus, Ager loves her. So, we love that. Do you have a favorite character to hate in Metal Slinger?
To hate?
Yeah.
No, because I like to there's always a semblance of a redemption arc. And I hate that for anyone that wants a bad guy to be wholly bad. But I don't feel like that I can ever do that.
That feels fair. Do you have a character that you really love to write? That's like just a refreshing, fun time.
Messer.
Tell us more about that.
I mean, I don't know. Messer just kind of writes himself, honestly. Things just happen on the page. I'm like, yeah, that sounds great, Messer. So I don't know. He's just fun and easy to write. I love Messer a whole lot.
Uncomplicated. I like it. There were several characters that we met at the beginning of the book that we don't see again. Is this like a normal author thing just to have filler, or are we maybe going to see them in later books, or is that a question you don't want to answer? I mean, there's a whole world that we sort of leave behind.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I mean, Jovi's story wraps up in 2, and that's pretty much all I can say about it.
Sure.
But yeah, I don't like. I run by the idea that I don't like to write anything that bores me, but also everything has to have a purpose. When I'm writing a scene, and if I feel like it doesn't serve a purpose, and then it probably doesn't need to be there.
Yeah, that makes sense. Was there a scene in Metal Slinger that made you anxious for readers to experience?
For the record, I wrote the entire book and sent it to my best friend, except for the last 2 chapters. And then
Let us read that in. Thank you.
And then I sent them to her, and I said, if you think it's terrible and you hate it, then I'll think of something else. Or I had another idea, but I was like, but I wanted her raw reaction. I sent it to her. I probably got done at like 10:30. Also went on school tonight. You're welcome. And she read it, and then she immediately called me. And I was like, what the fuck? So I was like, so I should keep it? Because she was mad at me. She was yelling at me.
Anybody else have that experience? Yeah, your hand's not up, you're lying and you know.
Like, she was really mad. And she was really mad at the character. And so I was like, so should I keep it? Like, I couldn't tell. And she was like, yes, you keep it. After you
Hello.
Hi.
Nice to meet you. My name's Amanda. I read a lot, and especially a lot of fantasy, and my initial thought when I got to the end is, how dare you make me sympathize with the male POV? So I want, and if you can't answer it, that's cool. Because she was a bit unreliable, do you think maybe in this new book there might be some different POVs, or is there anything that we can expect, like surprises of other thoughts, so I don't have trust issues?
Okay, so Light Builder is dual point of view. Yeah, talk about sympathize with a man when you have to write from his perspective. Sometimes I'm like, oh.
Yeah, lots of prayers. That's why we're in a church today. Okay, thank you for that.
Hi.
So I read this book for a book club, and I was the only one that had read it twice when I showed up, so I got lots of questions.
Okay. Did you catch extra things?
I did.
Okay.
I had to go through all the, this is what I did the first time, this is what I did the second time.
Mm-hmm.
One of the questions that came up was, when did Bo know that she was lying to everybody? Or not lying, but just withholding information.
Well, Bo could see from the get-go that there was definitely deceit. But you'll learn more about when exactly and how that took place in book 2. There was a very good question.
Hi, I'm Pope. This was a wonderful ride to read, but you said you gave the ending to your best friend, and said if you don't like it, I have an alternative.
Okay.
What was the alternative ending?
Oh, yeah, I can't tell you.
So you were talking about how Acre was kind of the first character that you created, thought of for the story. Do you have any inspiration for him? Or did you?
I say that like a celebrity look-alike is Matthew Daddario. Is that how you pronounce it? Sure.
You guys know.
But I made a joke last night that Acre kind of came out on the page. You know, like if he had a Bumble profile, he would have a picture of him holding a fish.
There you go. No, he would never.
No, I think that it was Acre, I wanted him to be a little rough around the edges and be a little morally gray, but maybe he wanted to be better for the right girl. The girl that he always dreamed about. So that was what was most important to me.
Awesome, thank you.
Thank you.
Hi. First of all, I want to say thank you for writing this in first-person POV. I have a really hard time being bamboozled, and I felt thoroughly bamboozled in the last 2 chapters, so I really appreciate that. Did you find it hard to, I felt like I did a reread immediately. I'm like 75% through the reread. Because I just finished your book.
Okay.
And then
the
started
emotions are high.
immediately.
Yeah.
And then I have a book club this Sunday where we're going to talk about it. So I was like, I need to really pay attention here. But on my reread trying to see if there's times that she's like lying to herself, if that makes sense, or just that we read it that way, which is what I've found to be the case so far. Did you feel like it was hard to write that precisely, or vaguely at the same time? I don't know. To make that the case, so that on my reread, I'm realizing I just misinterpreted a lot of stuff.
Right. So it was very difficult. It was very important to me that I didn't back myself into a corner, because I knew that if I did that, if that was the plot twist, that a lot of people were going to be looking for inconsistencies. Metal Slinger really is a read about perspective. I wanted the reader to draw their own conclusions, but then if you went back and looked and like, oh, I drew the wrong conclusion, which is a lot of, I mean, you can find it spread out, and I hate that I have to say, like, if you did a reread, it'd be a different perspective, but it would be. I think that a lot of people that dislike Jodie like her more on the second read.
Okay, thank you.
Great.
I actually have a question for you, Andi. I have actually listened to a couple audiobooks I believe you've narrated.
Awesome.
It is a dream of mine to get into that. Do you have any advice on where to start?
I have so much advice. Yes. The biggest piece of advice advice that I would recommend, and this is sort of nerdy, but it's to invest in yourself before you invest in any equipment. Like before you spend thousands of dollars on a microphone, get into coaching, get into a class, acting for audio. There are 2 websites you can go to that will give you a ton of resources, and I recommend spending weeks and weeks and weeks like digesting that information. The first is narrator.life.
Narrator.life.
And the second is narratorsroadmap.com. And if you just Google like how to become an audiobook narrator, those 2 will be really prominently featured. There are so many resources there, including engineers you can hire, coaches you can find, classes you can get into. That is so much more important because what you bring to the mic is more important than what the mic takes out of you. Do you know what I mean?
Definitely.
And then the last thing I would say is the treatment of your space, sound-wise, is more important than your equipment. A crappy mic in a very well-treated space will give you a much clearer sound than a $1,000 mic in a garbage space.
Yeah,
But the only thing that's stopping
that's why I waited.
yeah, the only thing that's stopping you from getting everything you ever want is time. So if this is really something that you want, really go for it, and don't be worried about finding great success tomorrow, because the only thing between you and all your dreams is time.
Thank you. I really appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Okay, I didn't tell my entire book club that I was gonna say, how dare you? I want to be able to go back and say that, but you said you had an alternate ending. Did you know did you always know she was going to be?
So I had a different ending up to about 35,000 words, and then I had put the book away for almost 5 years. It sat in a file on my computer.
Wow.
I didn't think that I could do fantasy romance justice. I wanted to make sure that the world building was right and that I was good at my craft before I finished it. But then it occurred to me one day that the big glaring thing that I didn't like about it, that I didn't want to finish, was the original ending. So once I found out, I had seen a TikTok from Janessa. Her handle's Mimo Reads. She named it after a cat. And she talked about all the reasons why she loved fantasy romance. And I was like, yeah, I do too. I can write whatever the fuck I want. So that's what I did. So from 35,000 words, I had to go back and restart over and kind of nickel and dime it back together and then finish the rest of the book.
So you're saying that you rewrote 305 to know that you were gonna break my heart, like you. I get it.
Yes, I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you, the whole book, I was so excited to get to the end.
It was fantastic, and I read and listened and replied to it, so sometimes I have to like.
Oh, awesome.
That's cool.
Yeah, but your voice is amazing, and it did pull me into the world a little bit more than when I was just reading it.
Thank you so much.
And congratulations to both of you.
Thank you.
I thought I didn't have questions, but then I pulled up our book club side chat, the
There are
Metal
questions.
Slang gang, and
That's amazing.
I was about this, like I'm sending like It's Always Sunny like string board.
Yeah.
So I have 2 questions. I think they're pretty easy. One, the timing of the flashback, was that like, and you don't have to be able to answer this, I guess, but intentional so that we would know that she maybe felt him messing with her once they were in the dress shop, since it took place before that?
So there's a lot that I can't reveal. You're like, this question is super simple. So you're gonna have to read more. It expands on it a little bit in book 2. But Jovi's story wraps up in book 2.
Okay, and is there a reason that Kai was not in the last chapter at all?
Who was it?
Kai?
Oh, why Kai wasn't there to also overthrow the throne?
Yeah.
Well, book 2.
Okay, so it was like super intentional.
Integral?
Intentional.
Intentional. Yes.
Okay, that's not a size.
Hi.
I'm Stephanie.
Hey, Stephanie.
How do y'all know each other?
I'm also an audiobook narrator.
Oh, shut up! Awesome.
I started in September and she's like one big motivation.
Oh, it's so awesome.
Andi, first, since you were newer going into the first book,
Yeah.
now 2 questions. Why did you have to re-record the whole book?
So Rachel was picked up by a trad publisher, and typically the edits would be small, and I would just sort of put them into where the edits would go. But it had been several months, and there were some like fairly significant edits.
Not to the storyline, but to
Sentence structure.
yeah, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Like I'm really like commas are hard, guys.
it's like the math of
Yeah, it
English.
makes a big difference.
If you don't haven't followed me on Instagram, I misspell words all the time.
And we love it. We love that in an author. So rather than like having all of these edits that they would have to like the engineer would have to go and splice in,
Right.
they just asked me to re-record.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how excited are you going to the second book now that you've done like
Oh,
80 more books?
She's read the second book. Yeah.
So if you want to become Nadia,
Yeah, so Andi got like the first arc. It's the one and only.
it's okay. It's all right.
Okay. I'm really excited. And then for you, Rachel, going into the second one, why the 4-year gap?
I wanted it to fester.
Did you guys read the teaser at
Yes.
the end of book 1?
Yes.
Have you ever read a teaser better than that? How did you write that? It felt like a movie trailer.
Oh, that's great.
It was so, I was like, I read it 8 times.
What was the question again?
Why 4 years?
I wanted it to fester. And also I wanted the war to already be commenced and in place, and that's heavy. And I didn't want them to be as young as they were. I wanted to age them up a little bit. And also for it to fester a little bit so that whenever, something happens, you feel it.
Something.
Samantha's like, oh, okay.
Last question.
Yes.
Since you keep saying that Joey's story ends in the book 2, is there going to be a book 3?
We'll see.
Oh,
Thanks, Steph.
It looks like we're telling ghost stories.
Don't ask me what our light is on the other side. So we just left the Rachel Schneider event. Oh god, here we go.
Again,
Okay.
we have like a not great setup. It's fine.
We're not
We're not
your
professionals.
we're not a YouTuber and we're a
No.
vlogger. That paper has been on your dashboard the whole ride
And it just
fell
fell.
off.
But y'all, Rachel Schneider recognized us and came up and gave us a hug after.
We totally fangirled. Totally fangirled.
I'm freaking out. May never wash this jacket. I don't know. I'm literally freaking out. She came up and was like, and I was like, me?
Yeah.
Me?
Yeah.
Us? What?
One was one thing to interview her and then to like actually get to meet her in person. Like,
Wild.
it's been really cool. So
It was fun.
shout out to the pod for that.
I got a lot of
Just chaotic.
content, so that means you have already watched it, and I hope you enjoyed it. How do cars go like 100 miles per hour on the interstate? Like,
That's psycho. They're probably riding by us saying, what are these people doing?
I'm driving safely
With their
sir.
phone light.
True. I'm trying to drive safely, actually. That's what I'm trying to do, because